My question is, for example, we have a series of different interesting features here, but at least me personally, for something like choosing a college experience, I would like that to be one central area and application. For example, if I want to see if certain study abroad program is correlated with a different school, I don't want to go on two different sites to do that. Ideally, and this is what the web is moving towards, the ability to parse data and turn it into whatever format you need and put it all together in one dynamically generated list. Perhaps using those sites together and then putting it through Facebook, through one of those applications. So can you talk about interfacing and really working with other people in order to provide a larger experience than any one of you providing alone?
So one of our major commitments as a company is to be one of the leaders of interoperability between data systems at the university level, right? The web standards, like generating agency, does do a good job of trying to get to this kind of meta web. There's actually a company called MetaWeb, and information is going to be increasingly transferred from one site to another, or discoverable from one site to another via the machine. Definitely everybody who has content needs to think about how can you use XML or your RDF or whatever to make sure that content is going to be discoverable by other places on the internet, and even possibly used by other places on the internet. And there's a movement called learning objects, right? Which is so in learning, basically, it's okay, there are different content objects, and then there are different assessment objects, and then there are different, basically there are all these different objects that are going to be interrelated to each other, and they all need to have their own kind of little RDF, and they all need to basically be pulled from any one place and put into any other place. And publishers are watching this pretty vigilantly, because when it does happen, they know they need to jump on that bandwagon immediately. I don't know. I mean, it's probably going to be quite a while before that actually happens. I think when Steve Jobs was starting Apple, he was talking about how the computer is going to be like the bicycle for the mind or something. But for 20 years it was really just kind of like a product, first it was a play tool, and then it was a business productivity tool, and only now is it really becoming like the bicycle for the mind, and this is almost 30 years later. So I mean, I think it's just going to take a while before consumer websites are all that interoperable, and enterprise websites are all that interoperable. But there are different movements to push in that direction. Some of the leaders are actually Facebook, Twitter, Plaxo. These are people that are thinking about how do we get content from one place and push it into different clients and different interfaces, and how does it get swallowed in different places on the internet. So.